Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's episode of Dexter, Season 7, Episode 10, The Dark Whatever. And I did enjoy this week's episode. I thought it was much better than the past few episodes have been, at least in my opinion. But there will be massive spoilers here. And even though I liked this week's episode, I still thought it was kind of weak. Phantom Arsonist is already taken care of. He gets arrested. And just like I predicted, they would wrap that up in this episode, so it's not like it was a major event or anything. And now we got 2 episodes left, and judging by the preview they showed, it's gonna finally start to really pick up now. Like last 2 episodes, some major stuff's gonna happen. Deborah and Hannah, they have a huge conflict going on in these last 2 episodes. And another thing I didn't really like, well, I guess I'm not really surprised by this. They killed off the strip club owner, so they just wrap that storyline up. That's taken care of. Now there's absolutely no need to look into the Koshka Brotherhood. The whole thing is over with. Miami Police Department doesn't even give a shit. So it was kind of one of those episodes where they're just taking care of the past storylines, and they're really going to push the Hannah McKay, Deborah stuff for these last 2 episodes, and of course LaGuerta and Tom getting closer to finding out about Dexter. So the episode starts off, and the first thing I have to mention is, when I watched this, what was up with Quinn's hair? As soon as they showed him, I was just really surprised by that. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who thought that was funny, but as soon as I saw Quinn, I just noticed his hair. It looked different and really poofy and wavy. But I thought that was pretty funny. So the Phantom Arsonist strikes again. Hannah's dad comes over to see her. He meets Dexter. He gives her a dollhouse. He seemed like a nice guy. Masuka and Batista know that Dexter's dating Hannah McKay. They don't really care. Dexter is suspicious of the arson investigator as the Phantom Arsonist, and he follows him only to find out that he's a Civil War reenactor, and he was actually doing a reenactment during one of the Phantom Arsonist murders, so he knows he can't be a suspect. Dexter goes to dinner with Hannah and her father, and she offers to let her dad stay with her since he's turning his life around. But then he needs something. He needs $20,000 to start this crawfish business. And Hannah doesn't want to give it to him. He says we can be partners. She says no, and he gets really pissed off and says some mean things to her and leaves. So the Phantom strikes again on a bus. He writes "It's Bobby" on the wall like he has been doing at all the crime scenes. And Dexter gets a call from Hannah. Her dad drove his truck into her greenhouse. So she's all upset. Dexter rushes over, and her father's still pissed off. He tells her that she killed her mother when she ran off with Wayne Randall, and she would have been better off dead. And Dexter tells him to leave, and he drives off. And Hannah sits down and tries to pick up her broken plants. Are we supposed to feel sorry for this killer? I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make people like Hannah McKay and want to see her stick around. It's not going to work. She's a killer. She killed the poor old lady whose house she lives in. She killed Sal Price, who was completely innocent. And we're supposed to feel sorry for her because she got her feelings hurt? No. I want to see her dead. I don't want to see her dead. I want to see Deborah arrest her and she has to go to prison for the rest of her life. That's what I want to see happen. So LaGuerta tells Tom about Dexter, but he thinks it's a waste of time to look into him. So they decide to investigate Doak's death, thinking that if Doak's was framed, then the Bay Harbor Butcher was probably the one who killed him. So Quinn gets a call from Nadia. He rushes to the strip club with Batista. He goes in the back room. The strip club owner's got Nadia. He's slapping her around, and Quinn shoots him. Batista hears the gunshot, but on his way to the back room, Quinn has Nadia take the guy's gun and shoot him in the shoulder, so it looks like it was self-defense. Of course, Miami Police Department buys all of this. Batista's a little skeptical, but nothing's gonna happen. So. Where was I here? So the police get a fingerprint from the arsonist. Dexter looks into it. LaGuerta and Tom go to see the owner of this place Dokes was staying at. He says he never rented this place to Dokes. He rented it to one of these guys who they find out killed Dexter's mom. So now LaGuerta's really suspicious of Dexter, and they're just building up on that. Hannah's dad goes to see Dexter. I don't know how he knows where Dexter lives, but he shows up at his house, and he says he's the one who was giving Sal Price all the info on Hannah, and he's got more evidence. He's got this witness who saw her kill her counselor, and he says that he's going to go to the police if Dexter doesn't pay him. Dexter just tells him to leave before he sees his bad side. Dexter tells Hannah that if she pays, he's just going to keep coming back, and he basically tells Hannah that she should just kill him. And of course she says she can't do it, it's her dad. Like a normal person would say. But Dexter can't kill him either because of his code. But he can kill the arsonist. So he finds the arsonist, he goes to his house, and he pops out, puts him on the table. He finds out that Bobby was this guy's friend. He's the one who set his first fire, he died. And this guy got all the blame, so now he kills people and blames it on Bobby. And Dexter says, you know, you have to take responsibility. You can't go through your whole life blaming this on your friend. And then he realizes as he's about to kill him, oh shit, that's what I've been doing my entire life, blaming everything on this dark passenger who doesn't even exist. So Dexter lets the guy live, and he escapes just as Deborah and the police show up. But he goes and kills Hannah's father. He acts like he's going to pay him the money, injects him. The guy wakes up on his boat, and Dexter kills him. Dexter tells Hannah that he had a talk with him and that he's not going to be bothering her anymore. Then Deborah gets a message from Hannah's father about the witness, and because she wants to take Hannah down, she tells Batista to check into this. And that's how the episode ends. So Deborah's getting very close to busting Hannah, and as we've seen so far, Dexter's willing to do anything to keep Hannah safe. So here's the major conflict for these last two episodes. I don't want to say what they showed in the preview, but it's definitely going to be Deborah and Hannah going back and forth. And who knows what could happen. Hannah could kill Deborah. Deborah could kill Hannah. I think Deborah's going to kill Hannah off because next year is the last season ever. And I think Deborah's going to be a big part of that. And I don't think Hannah will. So I do expect Deborah to kill Hannah off in the last episode of this season. But yeah, it was a pretty good episode. Had some exciting stuff. Didn't really do much with the Phantom Arsonist, but I didn't think they would anyway, so I wasn't really surprised by that. But I don't know, I thought it was much better than the past couple episodes have been. So anyways, that's my review of this week's episode of Dexter. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's episode in the comments, and thanks for watching.